Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
What's up?
It's good to be back, dude. It is
Episode
good to be back.
40!
40.
That's nice.
40, baby.
We are above middle age in America.
Is that right? That's a shame.
How does that make you feel, dude? You're already 1 foot in the grave, dude.
All right.
Actually, 1 leg, basically. That's crazy, dude.
At least
never-
we finally passed episodes to my actual age. That's nice.
Yeah, don't come at me, man. What? I'm not the
Hmm?
oldest here. That's crazy.
You know what's even more crazy?
What's that?
I'm getting up there with you.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
I'll never be as old as you, though.
That's, well, you never know. Might pass me one day.
Oh, geez.
Time will tell.
All right, how you boys doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Fantastic.
I'm doing awesome. Trish is back from vacation. She's enjoying her summer vacation. I was just telling the guys, I wake up in the morning, get ready for work, and I look at her in bed and go, "You lucky dog. Enjoy your rest. You deserve it."
Is she still doing education right now? Like not
She's
teaching,
yes.
but yeah, she's still at classes.
Yeah, she's in her
Yeah.
master's. She's actually doing homework right now.
Damn. Can't
Yeah.
not that lucky then. Not
Hey,
that lucky.
She chose it. She chose it.
I remember what it was like to study. As it turns out, I got a lot of hours. I'm not sure that feeling will ever leave me, and boy, does it feel bad. I do not miss that. Not good. Not ideal.
So when you say study,
Yeah.
my study when it came to higher education was I knew I had a test coming up. I'm going to Google all the Quizlets, all the flashcards, whatever I can find on that topic and just memorize them. And some of my teachers were so lazy that they used that for their tests.
Sure.
Were you a crammer?
I was like, got it. I am a
Were you
dude. I am a crammer.
Last minute,
Yeah.
cram? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cram it in your cram
Yep.
hole of floor.
Jesus. All right. So we are back with another wonderful episode. Before we jump into it, I would ask you in the chat, share this with your friends real quick. Pop it into the Discords. I know you guys are members of like 30 Discords. Don't tell me you're not. Share it out there. Let's get this show on the road. What do we got first?
All right. Well, typically we talk about what people are angry about, but today it's a little happier. We're talking about what people are happy about, specifically all the tarnished that are out there.
Yes, sir.
I mean, in the spirit of what this segment usually is, I think we should roll the clip anyway.
Roll the clip. Maybe this time it's actually sugary cereal, not peas.
Yeah, I think
That's nice.
It's a good way to look at it.
I like that.
You're watching your carbs, so you spit it out because you don't want all that sugar.
Mm.
Well, as I alluded to, though, the tarnished are happy because there's an expansion coming out tomorrow, the 20th, and that would be for Elden Ring, dubbed Shadow of the Erdtree. So Souls-like fans that are out there, FromSoft fans that are out there, fans of this game, Elden Ring, which there are plenty of, are rejoicing. This is looking like it's going to be a ton of fun. We have seen big time streamers on the platform with like the likes of Markstrom here, who also did this, but go back and revisit the game, fight some of the bosses that are incredibly difficult. People that are kind of out of their genre too. You had NickMercs, Dr. Disrespect, Shroud. They were all diving into the game. Everyone is real hyped about this. I'm hyped about it. What do you think?
I am so incredibly engorged that it's a good thing I am on controller for the Elden Ring DLC, because if it was mouse and keyboard, I'm not sure the angle of my desk would have been too conducive towards that gameplay.
Jesus. Real quick. I thought you said it was Friday, Markstrom. Is that a different thing?
I'm playing Friday morning. It
Okay.
begins Thursday, 6
right.
p.m. Eastern for PC, midnight for console.
All right, good.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, these games are always, these are the best games, right? This is FromSoft.
This is it, dude.
This is it.
This is the heater.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm
Yeah.
doing?
Hmm.
I'm playing it blindfolded.
That's how good he is after beating Melania on stream.
I am just
Wait, you
so
didn't beat her
nice.
on stream?
I didn't beat her at all.
To be honest with you, I was at like 150 deaths and I had to go.
I only have
I just assumed you were gonna keep
141
going till you got her.
relax.
All right. 130 is probably where
Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow we clap those cheeks, called bada bing, bada boom, collect my souls, walk on over to Moog's palace, and camp my ass in front of the little limp arm in the eggshell. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. The entrance.
So how much new stuff is there? And is it? Are they charging?
Well, it's
They're
a
definitely
DLC. They're
definitely
definitely
charging.
charging. This
Okay.
is a proper, fully fleshed out. You are getting minimum 30 hours, I think is the estimation for the minimum. And that's like, some people are going to spend 30 hours on one boss. Like that's
Yeah.
the
Like you.
DLC boss.
I'm just like, I understand, is what I'm saying. I get it.
The DLC bosses are usually more difficult. There was a tweet that went out. One of the publications out there, you can see it on my Twitter, but they had rated the DLC a 3 out of 5. And they rated it a 3 out of 5 because it was too hard and they didn't enjoy it.
Did they say that?
That's literally
Yes.
verbatim what they
Verbatim.
said.
Oh my gosh.
And
It's
I
perfect.
love it. I love it, bro. And I retweeted it. I hit it with the Kobe soft, and that was it. That's all I had to say. I'm
Do
excited.
they?
It makes me more excited to play it because I want this is like the pinnacle content. It's like you beat the game, you do everything in the game. You can have
Yeah.
as strong a character as you want, right? And to be honest, this is a skill, right? Is judging a boss and thinking, am I the appropriate level? Because I was sitting there fighting Melania the
Mhm.
other day, and I'm thinking to myself, I am at the perfect spot for this boss fight. And I'm like 141 deaths in, and I'm saying to my, like, some people would think, oh, wait, no, you're not. You need to go level. You need to, go put more points into this, more points into that. If you had more arcane, you get better bleed pops. You get more health always. Your talismans are not perfect. You could start summoning. You could incorporate some magic. You can do all kinds of things. No, bitch. I'm gonna enjoy the process of downloading this mother trucker, learning every move, every single frame, and I'm gonna beat her. And I'm like, that is the conquest of Soulsborne games. That's what it's all about, is overcoming the adversity. It feels so good. And when you're over leveled, guess what? You don't have as much fun. You don't get the feeling of, holy shit, finally we beat her. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't happen. You did it within 10 tries. And it's like, and you cheesed it. And that's okay. If you want to play the game like that, that's up to you. I love that everyone can play a lot of different ways, but it's all about, like, there's a skill to finding the right difficulty, right? Because it's just so adjustable, right? And everyone has their own line in the sand with what they're willing to do, what they're not willing to do. And that's a beautiful thing. And with that being said, and the fact that everyone can adjust that, the DLC should be hard as shit. You know what I mean? Like, it should be mad hard. So the people that are still cheesing are still going to have a hard time with it. That's what I want. And so I'm really hyped for it. I think it's going to be a fun ass time. I am playing with a blindfold on. I highly recommend that you come through on Friday, twitch.tv/Markstrom. It is going to be insane. I've updated my audio drivers. I'm locked in. I'm like, what's the superhero who sees like
Daredevil,
dude? I'm like Daredevil, bro. I got the water. I got the rain coming down on Jennifer Garner. It's gonna be crazy. Make sure you tune in.
Forgot that was her.
You're damn right.
That's Ben Affleck too, right?
You white? You Ben Affleck.
Yeah, there's been a couple iterations of Daredevil, but that particular one was Ben Affleck. Yeah,
That's
No,
our
that
generation
was
right there.
That was the
That's
Daredevil.
the
Come
one.
Come on. The other guy.
I think you nailed though why this game has done so well and is so successful though too, because Souls-like games are hard, right? They are. Some of them are really hard. Bloodborne, very difficult. Sekiro, very
PS1.
difficult. Yeah, exactly. And the thing about this game in particular, though, is it does give you so many build options and talents and magic and these different things that you can incorporate, and the leveling system, the way it is, and all these different things. It grants access to bosses and completing bosses that people probably did not have in the past playing these other versions of the game. And you can cheese stuff, you can overlevel stuff, you can complete the game, which is something that if you're not good enough, you really can't do in some of those other titles.
Yeah, very much so. It's like it's the perfect introduction to this entire genre. I think Elden Ring is just, yeah, it's bridged the gap between so many people who would just literally never have the opportunity to pick up the other games. So definitely worth celebrating. I know everyone in my circles and extended circles are hyped for this DLC, and I can guarantee that it's not going to disappoint. In Miyazaki, we trust.
So what is this tweet? This is
this
the angry tweet.
Was from Eurogamer. They're the ones that gave it a 3 of 5. And I'm glad you brought that up too, Mark. Because something I did want to say is that in general, the reviews of the people that had early access to do their reviews, they've been perfect or near perfect. And I have a tweet for that too. Where I mean, pretty much all the major review sites either gave it 100% scores, 90 to 95. Like, we're in that range. This thing is very, very well received, except for Eurogamer. Eurogamer's the only one that gave it a bad score, and it was because it was too difficult. But this is, I mean, quite frankly, they said like I was dying so much I wasn't having fun, and I just didn't want to do it anymore.
So are they qualified isn't the word, but is their stuff taken with weight in the industry? Like
they're
reviews.
Getting flamed religiously for this score. I think Eurogamer in general is not considered a bad review site. I think the person that reviewed this is catching a lot of heat from people basically saying like, yeah, you probably shouldn't play this game, to be honest with you, and you're probably the wrong person to review it.
Yeah, I mean, games journalism is ass for the most part, and the reason is because they have one or two people dedicated to playing games and reviewing. And obviously, not all games are going to be for them. Not all people are going to be right for that kind of job. Very few people, in fact, would be. Because you have to have a level of competency to appreciate and enjoy what's going on in a game. It's the same reason why we see with like the Escape from Tarkov review meme from back in the day. Like the tank build is what it was called. And the idea was that it could tank a bunch of shots. And it was like some of the worst armor in the game. And everyone's like, and that's like a meme now. And it's like, you wear this bad armor with that bad armor. Oh yeah, I'm running the tank build right now. And it's just like, the guy had no idea what he was saying and said it so confidently because it's just, that's his job. And you only have so many hours to pour in. And some games just require more than that to understand what the hell's going on. So yeah, we see a lot of very cooked articles in the industry as a result. So this is no exception.
Well, I mean, this guy's probably not going to be writing reviews for a while, or they're going to be double checking everything that he's writing. That the picture or the tweet you showed with everyone reviewing and then them a 3 out of 5, which would be a 6. Are there any 6s up there? No. Yeah, so it
hadn't got
out
below an 80% from anybody else.
Yeah, so that's just hilarious.
I don't think
I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes you're that guy.
As you see in the replies, like they say, like a game journalist calling it too hard is the highest praise they could possibly give. That's a great statement. It's the truth.
It makes me excited to play.
I think people understand that, and I would be surprised if that's not the majority of like the comments along that same line. Mm-hmm. So good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You think Nooch is going to be watching on Friday?
No, I guarantee you won't. It's one of those things where you don't, like, if you're a real fan, you don't want spoilers.
True.
You want to play through your own playthrough at your own pace. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a beautiful thing because there's not a lot of Soulsborne heads in my community. A lot of people like watching. A lot of people don't play the games. So it'll be nice for viewership in that regard. But there are some Soulsborne communities. And I was thinking about this, like, if you're the guy, this is like the only time where a game releases in your wheelhouse and it's like
Oh,
not
yeah.
necessarily a good thing for your viewership. Like if
Yeah.
that's what you stream and all your viewers play that game, it's like, oh shit, interesting.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Almost, I only did yesterday in the shower. That's where I do all my good thinking. So,
Well, good for them. Elden Ring, good job. I'm excited to see it. Anything else on Elden Ring?
Well, I had a quick question. I mean, with the co-op that's in the game now through that mod, Mark, do we see a run potentially in the future of Elden Lord Slummy?
it would be a sight for sure. You know, we'll have to see how quickly that that mod plugin ends up pumping something out for the DLC. I don't think it'll take them too long, but that's definitely the way that Slum should play if he ever does, is alongside somebody else. Hopefully that person's got a big backpack.
Okay. All right. What's next?
All right. Well, staying in the realm of gaming here and also staying pretty positive, there, in addition to this being our 40th episode and that being kind of cool,
Let's go.
there's another anniversary today. It's actually today that we need to celebrate, and that is the self-dubbed by Mark here, greatest FPS all time. Counter-Strike turns 25 today.
Damn.
Yes,
25 years, and that's 25 years as I believe a standalone, not including the time when it was I believe a Half-Life mod, and before that it was a mod on Quake. I think was the original platform that this was on. It was a Quake mod. So 25 years of Counter-Strike, still probably one of the most popular, if the most popular game in the entire planet. Kind of amazing to see that it's still kicking. I was playing this game when I was like 11 years old and it's still kicking. Just truly amazing.
I mean, so it is a tremendously long run and it's probably going to continue, but this is similar, total different game than the Soulsborne games, but it's literally, we found the recipe. Don't go in crazy in different directions. Just make it better. That's it. And they're just doing that. Like, the game is the same freaking game. Now, I say that to a Counter-Strike nerd. They're going to be, no, the freaking Incendiary's different. I get it. It's the same game.
They just changed the Incendiary in the most recent patch. So the fact that's incredible.
I bet,
also, breaking news.
Breaking news.
The brand new operation is updating right now for CS2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not got an operation in a very long time. Very exciting stuff. Brand new case, brand new skins. Make sure you get in there and get blessed up by the Lord Gaben.
Download that new game. That's the same exact thing as the last game that came out.
Can't wait. Operation Slum. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
We're talking about rare skins here, Slummy, which is not a good thing if you like gambling. Your pockets will take a hit.
So, I mean, Counter-Strike 2. I know I heard you guys going crazy over it when it was coming out. Is it that much better?
It's amazing.
Really?
It's fucking
Did
amazing.
all the competition switch? Like, are they playing that now?
Yes. Yeah. Been. For,
okay.
Within weeks, they were on CS2 for the pro scene. The most recent tournaments have been amazing. Like, we've been getting some of the best CS that we've ever seen. As a result, I think MR12 has been an actually great change instead of MR15, which is what it used to be, which in layman's terms means you used to have to win 16 rounds. Now you have to win 13, and that has had, some changes. It's made a pretty massive impact on the way that the game is played. So been very cool to see. The utility changes have been phenomenal. So much creativity, and I think we're still only seeing the beginnings of that with the volumetric smoke and its interaction with grenades and different rifle spams. The game really does just keep getting better. The storylines are phenomenal, and we just had the announcement of a North American major in 2025. Very exciting for that. So that will take place in Austin, Texas. I will be there in person. So if you plan on making a trip, that would definitely be one to go to. And hopefully I'll see you there and we'll have a good time.
We're going to stream there?
Absolutely. And root on, surely a North American team that qualifies shortly.
Is there a name in mind that you think would get to the championship?
North American CS scene is very up in the air right now. Cadian just announced his step down from Liquid. So that leaves a pretty huge gap there. Stu is looking for a team right now, but doesn't fill that role. Complexity is looking okay. It's just a lot of like pieces that are constantly moving around. Everyone's trying to find like a good groove. We'll see what ends up happening, but no, there's nothing concrete for the future NA right now.
Okay, all right.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, good job, Counter Strikes. What a run so far.
Yeah.
What a run.
And legally can rent a car now, 25 years old.
Just
Pretty
don't do anything different. Just keep making the same game. They love it.
They know what they're doing.
They
love it.
They know what they're doing. They are printing money with Counter-Strike. You don't have to worry about anything. Like the skin scene is still pumping. They are making money off of every transaction. They know what they're doing. They're making a lot of money. I don't think it's changing anytime soon.
Okay. Good for them. All right. What else we got?
All right. Well, there was a recent announcement that came out for Twitch where people are probably going to be mad about this. I think it makes sense, but they're doing a general increase to sub and gift sub prices across the board on Twitch in over 30 regions, which includes the US, New Zealand, and most of Europe. You're going to see about $1 increase in prices on subscriptions. There's a whole article on local sub pricing that they shared that you can find online. We could even throw it out there if you're interested in anything like that. But essentially, the price of the subs going up. This has probably been expected. Twitch is not making as much money as they feel like they should. And it's really, I mean, if you look at just general inflation in the time frame of when the subs were set at a $5.99 price, or I think $4.99 price, excuse me, this is long overdue. It should be over $6 according to general inflation data. So,
and for clarity, Twitch isn't the only one benefiting from this, right?
Yeah, the streamers get
the
their
reality is that the cut or the percentage of the subscription is the same across the board. So people have 70-30 splits like myself. I'm receiving another 70 cents per sub, and Twitch is getting another 30 per sub. So
correct.
You know, a little bit more support towards your favorite broadcaster to an extent as a baseline. Hopefully not the end of the world. I think the big question mark is, does this translate to significantly less subscriptions? I don't think so. Not necessarily another $1 a month to support the person that you tune in and watch and want no ads on and get the emotes and be a part of the community. If you're doing the right thing as a caster, I don't think your community is going to be too up in arms about this. We'll see.
In a perfect world, I mean, Abe took a lot of my words that I was going to say. In a perfect world, in a perfect economy, the dollar stays very strong. When did the $5.99 or the $4.99 or $4.99? When was that established as a sub?
Since the beginning. The first subs were the same price, and that was 2011, 2010.
So, just like any worker, if you're doing the right thing, you should either receive or ask for a raise every 6 months or a year to keep up and more with inflation. Because in our country, we have inflation. So, just like streamers have to make an income and compete with inflation, it shouldn't be necessarily different for them. We shouldn't just be like, no, just get more subscribers. Like, yeah, obviously. But also, what if I'm at a place where I'm happy with it? I like my size of my community, and the freaking dollar is just tanking. Like, we also got to keep up with inflation too. So I think as long as the percentage doesn't change, this is just business, and it is what it is. I don't see this as a negative thing at all. Now, if they start changing some other percentages and stuff, like, we're going to crank sub prices up and lower your percentage as well. That's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then you would definitely see some people jumping ship, other platforms and whatnot. And thankfully, this environment of competitive platforms, I think Kick is less competitive than it was a year ago or 6 months ago. I think it's taken a lot less seriously for a whole host of reasons that we could talk about in another pod. But YouTube continues to improve on the live streaming front, and I think on which site you can select what you want your sub price to be, which is very interesting, and has a base 70-30 split, not one you have to work towards. So something to consider as a aspiring broadcaster. At the end of the day, the competition is good. I see these platforms continuing to try to make steps in the right direction, and so and they're basically handcuffed from making poor decisions like, oh yeah, we're changing your percentage. So thankful for that, because once upon a time there was only one option. So
competition, baby. That's the market.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, this is a normal business decision. So if you're mad about this, I think you have to do some information seeking on how business and economics works. It is what it is. Just like your eggs went up 20% in the last 2 years. You gonna go yell at the grocery store?
Nah, because I love eggs, dude. I don't
Eggs
care
are
what
so
they
good.
cost.
That's why I want chickens.
3 eggs every day minimum.
Imagine if you had 3 to 5 chickens.
No, dude.
What do you mean no?
I said I know, dude.
I know, dude. They
quality eggs too. You're getting them.
They won't let me have freaking chickens here, dude.
I could probably have chickens.
You probably could have chickens.
You think I could just get chickens? I don't even really want them that bad, but but you would be jealous.
I would absolutely be jealous.
You'd come by, have some of my eggs.
Yeah, but I mean, how often can I keep that up?
I know. Those are expensive eggs. You gotta pay for a flight. You gotta
exactly. It's like
you get a couple chickens, maybe make it a sub goal of some kind for the community to be able to vote on the names of the chickens. That could be a lot of fun.
You can gift 100 subs. We'll execute a chicken, but bang, but a boom, dude.
No. You gift 100 subs, a disco ball pops down in the coop, and it's a chicken party. You don't execute the chicken.
All right, yeah, that's a better idea. You're right.
Jeez,
you're right.
You guys are crazy. Hey, they're giving you, they're sustaining you with eggs.
Yeah, but sometimes you need some breasts, son.
Here's the interesting part.
All right,
I can have ducks. They lay gigantic eggs.
Duck eggs are nice.
Duck eggs
They taste a bit different. And I don't think the frequency is the same.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that last part.
Now, duck breast also banging.
Delicious. So. Little duck all around.
I mean, if you have enough chickens in your coop and they're like repopulating at a decent rate, you could slaughter them too. Or Jesus, that's aggressive. You can have dinner.
We're getting demonetized.
1 or 2 of them every month.
Harvest them.
Harvest.
I think that's the acceptable term.
It's the scientific use.
Yes.
You harvest the souls.
And you'd be all right. You have fences, so no coyotes or anything are gonna come through and.
Now, I'll be honest, bro. There's a couple of these rabbits, man. Rabbits in and out, digging little holes in between the fences and stuff. I don't know.
Stick the chickens on them.
Yeah, you gotta worry about foxes. If the foxes can get in the rabbit holes, then you got an issue. Okay. Well, you might
small
start
varmint
foxes.
only.
Okay.
That's it.
You gotta watch out for hawks too.
Yeah, the birds.
I have a buddy who had chickens, and he had an open coop, so it was fenced, but it was open at the top, and he lost a couple to some hawks.
That's
that's
bird on
nature,
bird action,
baby.
bro.
Yeah.
Gotta pay extra for that kind of action.
Who's that guy that makes those bird videos? He would have something to say about that. Remember the bird videos we were watching on stream, and he was talking about them like stats in a video game, how they're intelligent.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff right there. I wonder where the hawk is on that list. Probably not as smart as the raven.
No, definitely not.
How did we start talking about chicken coops from TwitchCon?
And we talked about it.
Inflation,
eggs, chickens. Now we're there. All right. Yeah. Well, get you some chickens. Keep up. What do we got next?
All right. So I have a bit of an update. It's an update on something we've talked about previously, but it's a little bit different than what we talked about previously, and that's an update on Adobe.
Okay.
So if you remember, actually, just from last episode, Adobe got some heat over their EUL changes and the fact that they can look at everything you ever put into Adobe, even if it's private documents and NDAs. Well, they're now being sued.
By who?
And they're being sued by the U.S. government and the FTC, actually, specifically.
Wow.
But it is not because of their EULA and any of those violations. It's actually something completely different. They're being sued because the U.S. government finds that their practices involving signing up customers for their most expensive packages that are then loaded on the back end with cancellation fees is deceptive, dishonest, and the fact that they make it even more difficult to even just cancel. They actually will put you in queues, transfer you around, and they find that overall their practices surrounding signups and cancellations, whether it be the fees, the costs associated, or the process itself, is deceptive towards their consumers, and they are now filing a suit with the FTC against them and 2 of their executives involved in the process.
Let this be a message to all you gym owners out there, putting me through the ringer every time I got to cancel. I'll freaking report you to the FTC.
I moved. What do you mean you moved? You got proof of that?
Yeah. You're going to have to send a letter into our office.
Yeah.
Then they'll send it to us. We'll look at it. We'll send it back.
Yeah.
We'll hit you back in 2 months with a cancellation fee of $100, of course, because you're still in contract.
Right.
Like, dude, it's a freaking Edge Fitness. What are you doing? Relax, guy.
Damn.
My gosh. I'm still a member of Edge Fitness, and I haven't gone there in a year.
Home gym, baby.
Jeez.
I hear you.
All right, so they're suing for that. Is this actually going to happen?
I mean, they're starting to take the action, and like I said, they even named 2 of the executives that are involved with this direct process. So it does look like they're moving forward against it. It's coming at a time where Adobe's already caught some crap from their consumers. So I think consumers are probably pretty happy to see them go down for something here if it goes that way. But not good. There's blood in the waters over at Adobe right now. They're getting attacked by consumers and the government, and probably deservedly so.
It's almost like they brought all that upon themselves. That's crazy how that works.
The consequences.
I don't know why they would need to have such horrendous cancellation policies. Like, how big is their cancellation rate? How big is their churn rate?
People to sign up for a year and shit, and then it's like bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah,
they have like the year rate, and then man.
And they hide them in the contracts, which is what they're getting in trouble for. Like, they don't make it very clear. And I'm trying to find if this article had it. I've been looking for their cancellation.
I'm just curious how frequent, what is their churn rate? Because I've signed up 10 plus years ago, and like I plan on being a member for a long time. Like, how many people are not satisfied and cancel?
I think what you are failing to recognize is the number of people who think to themselves, "Oh, I'm gonna learn this."
Yeah.
And then they realize that they can't do it in a day.
Yeah.
And they never open the program again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of users.
Yeah, those people.
That's a lot of users. Not everyone is getting to the point of actual proficiency.
And think of it this way: if it costs you like a year's subscription just to cancel it, right? Are you gonna you're gonna go, well, I guess I'll just keep it for this year and teach myself, and then you got the same problem next year.
Wait, is it a year? How much is it to cancel?
I'm trying to find the exact number right now. I'm searching.
Search a $sign or something. That's crazy. A year fee to cancel. Oh my gosh. Adobe, what the heck is going on, dude? Skeletons are coming out of the closet over there. Holy cow.
14 days, a cancellation fee of up to 50% of the remaining balance of the contract applies.
Okay, well.
I mean, that can be pretty hefty depending on
contract.
the business contract and stuff too.
That's a contract. I'm not in a contract.
So, for example, on their Creative Cloud all applications plan, if you were to cancel after the first 14 days, it's a $60 subscription. It would cost you $330 per license to cancel after a month.
Per license? Is that per program? What do you mean by
program?
Yeah,
I'm sure. The license fee is roughly $60 a month for the full Creative Cloud suite.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure if you're doing a business contract with multiple licenses, you're leveraging economies of scale, you're getting that number down. But still, if it's 50% of that number just to cancel, you're going to think twice.
That's crazy.
You're going to cancel that contract.
That's crazy. It's even more crazy that I'm paying month to month. I didn't know they had contracts.
Yeah,
Maybe I
I think
should
it
look into that.
depends. There are multiple. Like they've had a lot of different signups over the years. I think there's some grandfathering going on. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Alexander has that. So
Yeah, they still think I'm a student.
hell yeah, dude. Well, they may have seen your
Student of life.
transcripts. They're like, yeah, this guy's probably still in there.
7th year of high school, baby. Student of the game. All right, well, dude. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, I like Adobe, but I think they have such a good product they don't need to do that. So
Yeah.
who knows? I don't know,
I don't
man.
mind seeing them go down for the bullshit, even if they make a good product.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's the government suing them, and it's not
Yeah,
a
the
class action from
FTC.
the people?
No, the FTC is suing them on the people's behalf. I mean, that is their job.
So are the people getting the money?
I doubt it.
What the
I think they're mostly after change. I don't think that it's like we're gonna see a change in policy and then that'll be it. It's not like they're gonna get ganked for a bunch of cash.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You gonna keep tabs on this for us?
I'm going to attempt to. This popped up on my Adobe update watch. You know, I'm trying to check for updates to Adobe in general. They still have not amended their EULA. They may have put that blog out, and now they're getting sued for something else. But the EULA that they put out there still remains the same. They haven't actually
Maybe this is a
amended it
false flag, dude.
That's what I'm thinking. I think they got the FTC to
Damn.
be like, hey man, sue us for this real quick. We be doing some shady shit right here.
Dude.
Put the attention on that.
Dude.
People forget all about us creating a fucking super monster computer AI.
Wow.
It's gonna take over the world.
Dude, I don't get me started. I don't know, dude.
All right, we
wouldn't doubt
won't. What else you got, Abe?
So speaking of gigacorps that made bad decisions, we're gonna go over to Big Brother over at Microsoft, as I
Hell
like to
yeah.
call them after this one. About a month ago, they announced the addition of something that they called Recall, Microsoft Recall.
Yeah.
And that's like their AI driven, goes along with their Copilot feature for PCs. Copilot's like a version of Windows that has AI support within it. And the recall feature, they dubbed it as a way for you to be able to recall previous activities and be able to recreate things you've done in the past and not forget how you did certain things. What it actually is in reality is it just basically keeps logs and screenshots of every action you've ever taken on your computer.
Yep.
You can
Even all
recall
that
that right back to the
even all
factory,
that
bro. I'm good.
Dirty stuff you're looking.
I'm good.
I was able to whatever. I don't know if it was that, but it did ask when I set up this computer, do you want us to keep tabs so we can personalize your experience? I'm like, nope.
Is that is it Windows 11 or Windows 10? Like Windows.
Mine is Windows
You think that
11.
they dubbed under the Copilot product, Copilot Plus. I think it's Windows 11, I believe, because they did announce not that long ago, I think they're stopping support for Windows 10 soon.
Crazy.
To try and get, I guess, more people onto 11. But if you look at the numbers, there's way more people using 10
Yeah.
than there are 11.
Yeah.
Myself included.
And this was supposed to roll out actually yesterday. The 18th is when they originally were going to do this. But due to the public outcry of what, of basically Microsoft watching what you're doing, and they specifically mentioned that they had no care that it was going to be taking looks at private documents. Once again, your passwords, things like that, secure access. There actually was a group of cybersecurity experts that called them out and said, this is a terrible idea. This is a horrible risk that you're taking, and we're going to show you why. And they built their own program referred to as Total Recall. You can look it up online. And
that
clever.
sounds scary.
Exactly, clever. And what Total Recall is able to do is access the database of all the recall files and immediately dump them into screenshots and images, which gives you a complete access of all the logs and actions that you've taken. So imagine now someone infiltrates your computer, they access this easy, unencrypted file database. Now they have every password and thing that you've ever entered into your system.
What else is new, dude? These companies are all going that way.
I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, it's asinine. It's like you're just letting anyone who ever gets access have a fucking time machine to anything that you've done. That's crazy, man.
And they didn't encrypt the data. Now, they said since that came out, yeah, well, we're going to encrypt the data. That's going to happen now, which should have been. The fact that you don't come out with that in your initial plan is lunacy. That's just such a security risk. And also, they did not push this out, obviously, yesterday. They instead are moving it to their Windows testing group, or I think it's called like WTP, the Windows testing program, to further test it and not push it out to their users at this time, which they only did because of the outcry.
Do people still think, like, encryption is a buzzword? Do people still think like that's safe? Because a lot of encryption, yeah, for now.
Bonus today.
Yeah, a lot of encryption is already being hacked, and with quantum computing and AI, like, bro, like I'd rather you just not have it. How about that?
The irony,
I guess that's what they were planning on.
yeah, I mean, there is a certain irony in like the system that they're building here is strong enough to do that. Then obviously, you know, what's the point here? So,
yeah,
I mean, I get it. I get where their head was at if that actually wasn't a thought process, but I mean, just it's one of the many reasons why building this in the first place is negligent. So goofy.
Speaking of AI, I'd like us to throw on the list for next week Apple AI integrating into their OS. I don't know if we talked about that, but a lot of people are spooked out about that. So let's throw that on the tabs as well. Anytime prominent people and people in my book who are intelligent and also regarded as intelligent by masses of people, anytime they're skeptical or a little bit afraid of AR and a direction one company is taking with it, my antennas go up. So this Microsoft thing, not cool with, especially Bill Gates, not cool with Bill Gates at all. Don't like Bill Gates whatsoever.
I also just don't understand like why it's useful. Like, why do I need a log of everything? Why do I need an AI to tell me what I did 10 years ago?
They do.
Yeah. Correct. And they do. And a lot of this stuff is under the guise of making your life easier.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it be great? Like, dude, you'll never forget a thing. You can literally, if you went shopping online and you found this pair of shorts, right? And you really love this pair of shorts, but you didn't buy them right away. And it was just an impulse click. So you don't even remember the freaking website. But you remember they were red shorts and they had a little bit of a swirl design on the back. I remember that. Can I search that in my time machine? Boom. It'll come right up.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely is interesting to people and could be valuable in their mind. So I don't see this product being not wanted by a lot of people. I think a lot of people would want this product. I'm not one of those people, though, straight up.
No.
So we'll see.
Do not want this. Do not sign me up for it, please. Do not store everything.
I think you're already signed up for it.
I would have to assume that most PC users like would not be interested in this. This sounds like it's for people who are just like very casual computing. I mean, there's like there are ways to figure out what you are on or looking at that aren't this, obviously, or to remember or to go back, or you know what I mean? Like, if you're just competent with a PC, you're good.
Sure.
If you're not, then yeah, you can just search it in your Dingus database and call it a day.
Dingus database.
Dingus database.
So yeah, it's for the ding guy.
We should patent that, by the way.
Yeah.
That's our AI tool, the Dingus database.
I like that.
A lot of AI nowadays, dude.
A lot of AI.
What do you think they're
used weirdly?
Do you think we could get to a place where AI is kind of allowing our country to just succeed and humans are kind of just like chilling?
Free to explore the arts and the humanities?
Sure.
No, absolutely not.
You don't think so?
I don't think
No.
so. That's very
Okay.
utopian, and
Yeah.
I think that is way too optimistic of an outlook for me personally.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah.
That's absolutely an optimistic outlook.
There's no
Now-
way. I have eyes and ears, and when I leave the house, I come to the conclusion we're not headed towards that.
Where are we headed if you would take a guess with AI?
Terminator.
Incredibly dystopian. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. We're going to have every orifice plugged by a fucking machine,
Oh my god.
and we're gonna be in those little jizz pods. It's gonna be, but we won't know the difference, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not
Bro.
worried.
I mean, think about it this way, right? If you've developed an AI to optimize how everything runs, the second that it determines that the human element is unoptimal, it's going to eliminate it.
Well,
We're headed towards Terminator.
That's the argument, is what if the AI is so it's not completely black and white and strictly logic? What if it also has some conscious and says humans are beautiful, even though all they do is shit and blow each other up? They have created art. They have made it through struggle. They bring life to the planet. Now, I know that's a lot for an AI to say or care about, but what if the AI made it to that level?
Very optimistic yet again.
I'm
Can I
not
give you-
on that side, but it's just curious to me.
Can I give you a story that I heard recently from
Absolutely.
someone in the Air Force? So they apparently, and I don't know the full legitimacy of this. This was like, just transferred via word of mouth, but the Air Force has tested some AI as an AI piloting, and in like their initial test of it, I forget exactly what model plane and stuff it was flying, but the AI in the simulation, the first action it took was it nuked mission control, basically, and took it out. Not nuked it, but blew it up, because it figured the other human pilots were the biggest threat to mission completion, so it immediately destroyed them.
I didn't see that one. That's kind of freaking wild, but I did
Yeah.
see that they are running jet simulations and fake dogfights, and the AI jet pilots
running,
are beating
yeah.
them in every single simulation.
Mm-hmm. I have
So,
seen the articles about that too. Yeah.
so if let's say the AI doesn't think that way, it's gonna get to a place. You don't think it would need us like for energy, like in the Matrix?
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
We're in
that's
the jizz pods with the
Mhm.
with the anal plugs.
But don't you think they could figure out another way to get energy? That's too much upkeep.
Yeah, but there's so many of us. We're an abundant resource, which are farmable.
We are farmable.
We are so farmable, dude. It's unlucky being this young, this supple, this farmable. It's an affliction. It makes my life harder every day, right, Slum?
How do they harvest, like in the Matrix, how do they harvest
I
energy?
think it's heat. I think it's the heat that
Is
we
it heat? Okay.
Mm.
Understood. Well,
I mean, we're
I'm
warm-blooded
cold-blooded.
animals, so
Nah,
you
not me.
might be. Ice
Slum's
in your
got
veins.
ice in the veins, bro.
I'd like to think that we don't get to a place where AI is physically like can cut you in half. I know it's definitely already at a place where it can shut down the grid, which is probably the most dangerous thing right off the rip. Like 2/3 of America would probably die immediately. But like, to me, it becomes even more dangerous when they're flying around like in the Matrix and they can chop you up, or they're flying at light speed and they just find you and they freaking beam you in half. Like, that's the scary shit to me.
Yeah, almost like when they're able to like produce themselves in
Yes.
some way. Yeah.
Yeah.
The replication of Agent Smith.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know, but here's another thing. If it was the Matrix, just like some people in the Matrix, they wanted to be in the pod. Would you want to be in the pod?
I'm a pod person, bro.
Yeah.
Pod me up, baby. Live a completely normal life, have no awareness otherwise. Pogged out of my gourd.
Is that the red pill?
I don't
red
care.
pill was to
That's
stay in
the
Matrix.
blue pill,
The
bro.
blue pill stay in the Matrix.
Juice
Okay.
me up, baby.
Give me the blue pill, baby.
Yeah, we're chilling.
And I ain't
What
Get-
about
talking
everyone
get
else?
me in
They
the
need
bonus.
you. They need you.
They're in there with me.
No, you don't have the luxury to take the easy
So
choice.
Markstrom's the one?
Markstrom is
I don't wanna
definitely
be the
part of that crew.
Okay.
Not trying to be the one. I'm good. Leave me in the pods. If you unplug me, I'm fucking mad at you forever, bro. Don't you dare. Leave me plugged in.
I mean,
Hashtag
like,
stay plugged.
I'm sure a lot of people think that way.
Yeah, because they're reasonable. It's unreasonable not to think
here's
that
the thing.
way.
Here's the thing. Being plugged in doesn't equal you have an amazing life in the Matrix.
No.
No, I'll work my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
What
Come-
the fuck is wrong
Come
with you
home,
guys?
play
I'll take
video
a desk job
games,
in the Matrix.
get a
I'll
workout
let
in,
probes be all in me just so I could live a
make sweet love to
normal
my
life.
wife, hang out with my
Yeah.
kid. Life rules. We could be in it right now, Slum. That's what you don't understand. I could be plugged
That's
in
why
right
I'm
now. I'm
fighting to
chilling.
get unplugged, bro.
I'm having a great time. Don't unplug
Yeah,
me.
this is great. Sign me up for this again. I'll do this again.
Fucking Abe goes on vacation every goddamn week, dude.
Yeah,
Don't
he's
unplug
an
him.
outlier. That doesn't
He's
make
chilling.
sense.
I
don't
play
know.
video games for a living. Don't unplug me, bitch. God damn.
Well, so wait, I have like a similar question than some like nuclear apocalypse, right? The nukes are coming. Do you try to get into the shelter and survive, or do you walk towards it? I'm walking towards it.
Every time. I'm glad we're on the
Where
same
is the
page,
nuke?
bro.
Where's the nuke hitting?
Well,
And you can
it
see
doesn't
it,
matter.
and it's not covered. Like your
Yeah.
thumb doesn't cover it. You're getting
No.
radiation.
The biggest
Getting
one, the
juiced.
biggest nuke that we know about, if it hit Washington, which would be one of the main targets. New York would probably be a main target too. I'd be good. So where are we talking? Like, are they just nuking the whole country?
He's saying if your choice is to try to get to shelter or walk towards the nuke that explodes close enough to be an issue.
So okay, and I'm at my house.
Yeah.
There's no shelter.
Well,
I don't have a shelter anywhere. What do you want me to do? Sit in my bathtub?
Let's assume you have a shelter, right? Are you
Yeah.
trying to survive the nuclear
100%.
apocalypse, or are you
100%.
walking? I'm walking into the nuke.
Well, then we're two different people, Abe. I'm trying to survive, bro. I'm not trying to be plugged in, and I'm trying to survive. And get this, if you want to take the easy route a couple months in, that's always on the table. Right?
That's true.
You're not wrong.
Well, give yourself a shot.
Eh.
What if it hit and it was a... No, that wouldn't work. I was going to say it was a fake bomb, and then everyone would just be like, all right, we're good. What if it hit and then you realize, okay, there's no radiation. It was a different type of... It was some type of hydrogen thing, actually. And I don't know if there's wouldn't be any radiation with that or not, but it hit, and you played it safe. A bunch of people got wiped out. Then you go out there, and a whole congregation's at your door, and they're like, "We need you to lead us. We're all clueless." Who knows? Maybe you become king of the next country.
Ass, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
Ass.
Plug me in.
It's still the same human beings that are outside when I go outside. I'm not leading them. Are you kidding? I don't even want to talk to my neighbors, bro. What are we talking about right now?
You give me that
How
9 to 5
clear can I
job
make
again.
this?
I'll be a congregator in that situation. I'd be lead me. What do you need?
I rest my case.
I guess I'm a gatherer now. I'll gather food. Is that my job now?
You know what I heard the other day? And we got one more topic. Make that really quick. But you know what I heard the other day that was interesting?
What'd you hear?
And some people might think it's interesting, might not. But back in the day, who was the hunters and who was the gatherers? Anyone know?
Well, it was often men hunted and women gathered.
Sure.
Or began
So-
our agriculture.
I forget where I heard this. Some guy was like, they say that's why women love shopping, because it's tapping into their primal abilities of gathering. I
I'm
started
sure they love
dying.
hearing that.
Yeah.
Started dying, dude.
I'm sure that's really popular among the females in your life. I'm sure they're really stoked to hear you tell them that story. Have you hit Trisha with that yet?
No, I will
All right,
next
well,
time we shop.
I maybe keep that one in the holster.
For sure.
Shotgun.
Oh my gosh. All right, what's next?
Well, I mean, we talked about basically AI drones destroying us, but if you do program them for good, you can get cool stuff like this. And it's the Disney new drone light show. I don't know if you've seen this. These are amazing, and I'll play it for you here. I think I'm going to cut the volume. We don't need the volume. But just like this is all just different drones lighting up in sequence.
It's
very
so
cool.
fucking cool, man.
I mean, dude, this. So right now, for those listening, it's a bunch of drones basically depicting a scene from a movie. It's not that crazy.
Peter Pan.
Oh, it's Peter Pan there. We had like a clock tower.
It's basically like pixel art in the sky.
And it moves. I don't know if pixel art doesn't move or not, but the crazy thing actually is this is not that crazy, Abe. You could buy a bunch of these drones, program it, and have it do it.
Yep.
Like they're behind on this, to be honest.
Yeah, this has definitely been possible, and we've seen this in like a lot of Asian countries for 10 years.
It's definitely really cool, and anyone could do this. Obviously, not probably at this scale unless you got a big bankroll. But keep in mind, they're not flying DJI Mavic 3s that are $3,000 drones in the sky. They're flying drones up that have two functions: to pay attention to the program and to have a light on it.
Right.
And like that's really it.
Yeah.
So they're relatively inexpensive, and I mean this could be a small business. Someone could go do this right now.
Yeah.
Get 100 drones.
Shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take out 100. Cool idea.
Yeah. Take a little loan out, get 100 drones, and go to the fairs and go to businesses and stuff like that, and be like, I'll run you a 1-minute show to cap off your event. That's a solid idea. Are you guys in chat? You taking notes? Go do it. Build a business plan and let me know. Maybe I'll be a silent investor. We'll see.
I just gave you two today. You got the Dingus database and you got the drone army.
Yep. And Markstrom wants to be plugged in.
Plug me in,
podcast, baby.
Yes, sir.
Two dudes plugged in.
Thoroughly.
I guess I'm the other dude since Slum's cutting the cord.
Yeah, you don't even get included in that. We're changing all those taglines at some point.
We should. 3 dudes thoroughly plugged in.
When I say change it, I don't just mean the number. It needs a little love.
Oh.
Just needs a little love.
Is it the color?
Don't worry. No, not.
I like the logo.
I like it too. Dude, the slogan's fire.
We just got to leave the copy to the copy guy. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We're going to make it right.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry.
Boys, amazing conversation. What is new? I know we talked about Elden Ring. Anything else crazy coming up? I know you always got some crazy stuff. What you got coming up?
Yeah, so Friday is actually really big. Well, tomorrow we're doing Millennia. Friday we're doing DLC. Blindfolded. And then we are also doing Free Sub Friday. So it's your third Friday of the month. Always a great opportunity to swing through, catch yourself a free gifted across the chin. Enjoy ad-free viewing of the stream for a full month. It's always a nice opportunity. We also have a kick-ass giveaway. I cannot and will not give the details at this juncture in time, but Friday begins a social media style through Gleam giveaway that you will not want to miss. It is a big ticket item and the beginning of a partnership with a brand new brand. So I'm very much looking forward to that. That'll be sick. Make sure that you keep an eye out for it. Other than that, we will be GTA RP and Counter-Strike next week. After we finish up the DLC, always a nice time. Twitch.tv/Markstrom.
You're giving away those pods, huh?
Not my pod. Maybe I could raffle off like my neighbor pod.
You probably get a decent deal on the pods, actually. Your pod. Like, it's basically half a pod. Half off?
I'm not doing this. Hey, what do you got going on?
I'm definitely jumping into Shadows of the Erdtree myself too. I can't wait to play that. I'm really excited. Booted up some old saves, trying to figure out which character I'm going to use. But other than that, I'll be moderating the stream over at twitch.tv/Markstrom. Also, I did get my merch the other day, so I got my make content not war shirt,
Yes,
and I got one of the
sir.
little insulated koozies. They're pretty sweet.
Yes, they are.
Gonna be busting that bad boy out at the pool and on the beach and stuff. So
Very nice.
highly suggest you swing by and pick one of those up too if you're a fan. But yeah, that's pretty
MartianTV.com.
much MartianTV.com. That's pretty much it for me. Just moderating and living life.
Well, you know what's really exciting?
What's that?
Me and the boys over at Cafe Collazo are trying to get something very interesting for this TwitchCon. And I know it's not going to be the big get together and stuff like that, but don't quote me too much on this, Markstrom. But if I'm able to work as hard and as quickly as I think I can, we might have a special surprise for you. So I'm very excited about TwitchCon coming up.
I am excited about TwitchCon too. That'll be in September. We'll be there in person, Dominic and I, and many of our, we'll call them cast of characters, will be in San Diego in September. So yeah, look for us if you're heading that way.
Unfortunately, I won't because I'll be on vacation.
Yeah. Who would have guessed? Which brings me to my next thing. What a wonderful episode. You know we do this every Wednesday unless Markstrom has a kid or Abe goes on vacation, as he just said. So we probably won't do it that week. But we talk about gaming, we talk about tech, we talk about AI. We have a great time doing it. Would you kindly share our channel with your mom, your uncle, your brother, your sister, whoever? Give them a little sub. Maybe it pops up on their feed one day and they give it a click and they enjoy it. We have a good time doing this every week, and we want to share that good time with as many people as we can. I know there's usually one more thing that I want to, YouTube, if you don't mind, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Spotify.
Subscribe. No.
Subscribe. And I might be missing something. I don't think I am, but this has been a wonderful friggin' episode of the Plugged Podcast, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Deuces.